Good morning, welcome to episode 4 of the World Record Challenge. We are still in Calgary. It's been 5 days waiting for the storm to pass, but today is flyable, beautiful blue skies. I'm very excited to take off, but first, coffee.
Okay, so we've arrived at the Pink Lake O'Gregory, 45 k's in, south of Calgary. Apparently, they get their colour from the high level of salinity. That colour changes throughout the time of day, throughout the seasons, and probably from the angle that you're looking at it. It's very cool. I'm colourblind, and I can still tell that is very, very pink. Or red. Definitely not blue. I can tell you that much. I'm going to do a low pass first to see what it's like. Okay, we've got fences all around here. The grass is really high. However, I think I will opt more for the grass. Do not like that. Okay, we're done.
A bit longer than you thought, this, isn't it?
Yeah. What happened?
It just grabbed, wheel just grabbed it.
Ah, right, okay. So in hindsight, not our best choice of landing field. There's an area up the top there with a turnaround and dirt road, and that's what we were aiming for when we came here. But because the wind was so gusty, we had to land in this field where the grass is up to my knees. I managed to get away with it, I think because of the big tyres. It just pushed stuff down as it was going, but Twitty grabbed some of the grass and the trike just rolled a bit. He's fine, the prop's fine. There's a tiny little bend in the cage, the spacer on the back, but it's all good. So we're going to pack up, head out onto the road, and then go down to the fuel station and grab some fuel. That was a nice scenic flight. It was really green, incredibly green on the way here. It's different to the rest of the scenery we've seen so far, even across the Nullarbor on the way here. Really good.
Okay, we've landed in Mullowa. We've been greeted by loads of people. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
A very welcome crowd. It's freezing, I'm so cold. Twitty's gone off to the fuel station to get fuel. I'm gonna go in a minute, grab a sandwich, grab some fuel, grab a coffee, warm up, and then we'll come back and the guys are gonna watch us take off.
You're on YouTube.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. You're gonna be on YouTube, mate,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello. Hello.
I've printed off some little photos for them and I've given them some ozone keyrings, so really happy about it. They're super stoked. I topped up with fuel, grabbed some snacks, raced back here. Twitty started packing up and I was like, what's going on? Not paying attention to time whatsoever. I was just enjoying flying, enjoying rushing, trying to get through onto the next stage. And it's 4 o'clock already. We're not risking that sundown again. So we are in Mullowa. We're gonna find accommodation for the night, or if we can't do that, then we'll pull the tent out. Damn it.
Okay, so we found somewhere to stay last night, and the room didn't have a heater. Australia is meant to be warm. Look at us wrapped up with our hoodies. Twitty slept in his beanie and a t-shirt. It's freezing. We stopped short yesterday, so we've got up for sunrise this morning trying to make a bit of progress. First stop is Marrowa, and there's another uncontrolled airspace there. So I'm gonna have to make some radio calls, and then we're gonna push on to Paramotor. We've got a fuel stop there, but we're not sure whether we're gonna hit it yet because it's only about 40k, so we might be able to push on to the next one. We'll make a plan when we get tomorrow and see what the wind's doing. Sunrise is beautiful here. It's cold. Okay, so we've landed. We completely forgot that this station doesn't have any services. It's a 24-hour sort of prepaid jobby. So we're just looking now. Hopefully we can take the back roads into town, and we're gonna ride them into town, get something warm down us, recover a little bit, then come back. We've made some good progress this morning, averaging about 55k an hour, so hopefully we can do the same throughout the day. I'm definitely putting all my layers on as well.
I think I spoke a bit too soon about the engine. So we've stopped in Marrowa, just doing routine checks, checking the coolant. It was way too low, it's lost a lot. Check the spark plug and it's rusty. So my engine has been drinking coolant through the combustion chamber, which obviously isn't ideal. Thankfully, Twitty's got a spare gasket, so we're going to take the head off, change the gaskets now, and then hopefully it doesn't happen again. Okay, so I've taken the head off, I've taken the hoses off, I've taken the barrel off, I've cleaned up all the coking around the piston just to get it clean. The gasket, obviously I didn't do any of that. Well, I did a little bit, but Twitty did most of it. The gasket looks fine. We're gonna put a new one on. We've changed the base gasket as well, just because we moved the barrel. And now all that's left to do is put it all back together, fill her up with water, and hope it doesn't happen again.
We made it to Woburn. Oh, we're still on. We made it to Woburn.
Okay, so we've made it into Woburn, and we're at the Woburn Motel. Unfortunately, some bad weather's coming through. We've got about 2 or 3 days of rain and high winds again, so we're going to be hunkered down here. Thankfully, Brett here, who runs the hotel or motel, is putting us to work. So Twitty's finally happy. He's getting his hands dirty. We're going to be splitting some logs and sorting some stuff out here and getting a free night's accommodation for it. We're taking off now, trying to make it to Corda. If not, we've got Killarney as a backup, depending on the winds. It's nice and calm now, but it's going to pick up midday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I think I'm being a bit optimistic here, that the winds will die down in Corda and we can make it to Muckinbudden tonight. These names are great, I love them. Muckinbudden. And then we'll stay in Muckinbudden tonight, might have a window tomorrow morning to then head over to Southern Cross. That's the plan. Chances are we'll probably make it to Killarney, 50k in, but it is what it is. All part of the adventure. Something that is absolutely amazing here is
the reception we've got from people. Everyone's just been so kind, and yes, we're doing something quite unique, so everyone's going to be quite intrigued. It's a whole nother level here, and in Woobin, at the Woobin Hotel Motel, Brett has been absolutely fantastic, should I say. He's kept us busy, given us jobs, sorted out accommodation, and just been a straight up gent, really looking after us, making sure we're not too bored while we're waiting for the wind to die down. So huge shout out to Brett and everyone in Australia really, who's just been fantastic and really welcoming. So let's take off and hopefully we make it to Cornwall.
Made it into Killarney instead of Corda, and it took us an hour and a half to do 60k? 60k. Beautifully warm. The weather is truly screwing us again. So we're gonna wait till about 2 o'clock. Hopefully we can take off here. If it's calmed down, it might not. We might be pitching tents here or trying to find accommodation. Fingers crossed we make it to Corda today. I've got this crop duster behind me, it's very cool. We're just waiting for them to finish filling up of whatever they're dusting. They're going to take off. We're going to give it about 5-10 minutes just to wait for any turbulent air to disappear, and then we're going to take off. It makes our Paramotors look a little inferior, for sure. It's quite cool sharing an airfield with it. So we're here in Corda. It is pouring it down with rain. Yesterday was too windy, today is too wet, but tomorrow it's like the Goldilocks. Tomorrow is the perfect day. We're going to be flying 500 kilometers. Probably not, but fingers crossed. While I'm sat here not really doing much, I thought I'd help you realize how big Australia is. Everyone knows it's a big place, but when I signed up to do this, I didn't really think about how long it was going to take us, not properly. So, 5,100 kilometers is the minimum distance we're going to do. From detouring to things that we want to see, or following roads to be a bit safer, all the stops we've got to do for fuel. It's 5,100 kilometers at a minimum, and then more for the rest of the things we need in there. And 5,100 kilometers is the equivalent of the Eiffel Tower 17,000 times. It's the equivalent of Land's End to John O'Groats, so the southern point of the UK to the most northern point of the UK, 3.5 times. And there's a paramotor race called the Icarus, and it is 2.5 times longer than that. It's 3 time zones that we're crossing, a whole continent that we're crossing. And had I have really thought about it and how much it was going to cost me, maybe I wouldn't be doing this. But I'm very glad I am, because it's quite the adventure. Even with the days where we're stuck like this because of the weather, I'm still actually enjoying it. And then planning the routes and adjusting our track and everything that we're doing, I'm really enjoying it. And I hope you're enjoying the journey just as much as we are, even though I'm pretty cold most of the time. I'm sure you're nice and warm wherever you are. If you have enjoyed the journey, I hope you come back for episode 5. And in the meantime, why not send the link to your friends, family, colleagues, whatever it is, share it around, and give me an equivalent of 5,000 kilometers. how many of something that is in the comments below. Just give me an idea so that we can share awareness of actually how big this thing is turning out to be. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in episode 5.